Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen a car that looks like it's trying to flirt with a jet engine while politely offering you a cigar? That's the Studebaker Golden Hawk. Born when America still believed chrome could solve emotional problems, this luxury coupe wasn't just a showboat. It was a road-going punch in the face to every Corvette and Thunderbird it passed. And it did pass them. Often while wearing a gold suit and tailfins sharp enough to slice deli meat. Before we dive into the land of superchargers, tailfin envy, and luxury dashboards that could shame a spaceship, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We bring you the finest forgotten machines on four wheels, without asking you to refinance your house or explain carburetors to your cat. In 1956, while other automakers were gently massaging their chrome and dreaming about tailfins, Studebaker decided to drop a bombshell. The Golden Hawk roared onto the scene as the top dog in Studebaker's new Hawk series. Replacing the stylish but underpowered 1955 President Speedster, this bold machine fused European grace with American muscle. And it had one of the coolest names in Detroit. Not just a hawk, a Golden Hawk. Like a bird that drinks premium unleaded and listens to jazz. The body was based on the sleek 1953 Starliner coupe, originally penned by Robert Book under Raymond Loewy's legendary design studio. But the Golden Hawk wasn't just a rehash. Loewy's team raised the hood line to fit a massive V8, squared off the rear, slapped on serious tail fins, and fitted a toothy upright grille up front, giving the car a look somewhere between a fighter plane and a mobster's getaway vehicle. Studebaker had just merged with Packard, and they wanted to flex that new corporate muscle. So, for the inaugural 1956 model, they borrowed Packard's biggest, baddest 352 cubic inch overhead valve V8. It made 275 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque, figures that would leave most sports cars of the era sucking tailpipe. Targeting buyers who wanted a sports car but still had kids and a mortgage, Studebaker called it a family sports car. It could seat 4 or 5, outrun a Thunderbird, and still look elegant in the country club parking lot. Smart marketing? Maybe. A stroke of genius? Definitely. In that first year, they sold 4,071 units. But trouble loomed. The Packard V8 plant was leased out at the end of 1956, which forced Studebaker to find a new solution for the next year's engine. Come 1957, they dropped in their own 289 cubic inch V8 and bolted on a Paxton supercharger to keep that magical 275 horsepower number intact. And let me tell you, a supercharged V8 in a family coupe? That's how you create legends. They made 4,356 of them in 1957 and 78 in the final year, 1958. All in all, just over 9,000 Golden Hawks were ever built, and far fewer survive today. Especially the 1958 cars, of which fewer than 100 are thought to exist. That's not just rare, that's Indiana Jones Museum-level artifact, rare. Now let's talk nuts, bolts, and mechanical bravado. The Golden Hawk rode on 110.5 inches, wheelbase, and stretched about 204 inches nose to tail, around 5.18 meters. Width was roughly 70.5 inches, and curb weight hovered between 3,360 and 3,475 pounds, depending on the year and options. The 1956 Golden Hawk came with the mighty Packard 352 V8, 5.8 liters, pushing 275 brake horsepower through a 4-barrel Carter carburetor. In 1957 and 1958, the factory ditched Packard's V8 and installed their own 289 cubic inch engine, supercharged with a McCulloch Paxton centrifugal blower. Still 275 horses, but this time it whined like a jet engine on takeoff, what Studebaker proudly called Jetstream supercharging. Performance? Outstanding. 0 to 60 in around 7.8 seconds. Quarter mile in 17. Top speed hovered around 120 to 125 miles per hour. That made it the second quickest American car of 1956, just behind the mighty Chrysler 300B. Yet the Golden Hawk cost far less and had more swagger per square inch. Transmissions were equally bold. A 3-speed manual was standard, with optional overdrive and a variety of final drive ratios for tailored acceleration. Studebaker's Flight-O-Matic 3-speed automatic was available too, though in 1956, cars with the Packard V8 used Packard's own twin Ultramatic. And if you wanted grip, you could spec a limited-slip twin-traction rear differential. Suspension? Classic mid-1950s. Independent front with coil springs and telescopic shocks, solid rear axle with leaf springs. The car was a bit nose-heavy, about 58% of the weight sat up front, but testers said it still handled well at speed. One journalist even praised its cornering tenacity. And it rode comfortably too, thanks to well-tuned shocks and thoughtful geometry. For brakes, it had drums on all four corners, big ones. Fin drums improved cooling, and power assist was optional. Stopping power was more than respectable for the era, with fade resistance that surprised many. Steering was by recirculating ball around 5 turns lock to lock. Not exactly kart-like, but power assist was optional, and the car tracked straight like a freight train on open roads. Inside, the Golden Hawk felt as fast as it looked. Standard instrumentation included a massive 160 miles per hour, speedometer, a 6,000 revolutions per minute, tachometer, and even a vacuum boost gauge in supercharged models. All Stuart Warner gauges because Studebaker wasn't messing around. Add in an engine-turned metal dash, two-tone upholstery, and options like power windows, push-button radios, and even door-mounted seatbelts, and you had a car that screamed, "Jet age, gentlemen." Even the tires evolved. In 1958, the switch from 15 inches to 14 inches, wheels and wider 8 by 14 inches, tires helped drop the ride height and improve stance. The rear bench also became fully usable thanks to revised driveline geometry that flattened the hump. The 1956 model wore fiberglass fins painted to match the body. But in 1957 and 1958, those fins became steel with dramatic chrome outlines, often finished in a contrasting color to scream, "Look at me!" from 3 blocks away. The two-tone paint jobs, standard, by the way, gave the car an unmistakable flair. Combine that with jet-age interior elements, and you had a vehicle designed to impress before it even moved. But it wasn't all about showing off. The Golden Hawk was meant to express confidence during a time of post-war growth and ambition. Its very name, Golden and Hawk, spoke to freedom, prestige, and power. Studebaker didn't just want to build another coupe. They wanted a rolling symbol of 1950s prosperity. Back in 1956, the base price for a Golden Hawk was $3,060. That's roughly $35,000 or 33,000 euros in today's money. By 1958, the supercharged model rang in at around $82, still a relative bargain compared to the Chrysler 300B or Continental Mark II. As for collector prices, things get spicy. The highest auction sale to date came in 2021, when a well-optioned 1957 Golden Hawk sold for $107,800 at a Bonham's auction in Scottsdale. Another had previously fetched $99,000 at Barrett-Jackson. So if you're lucky enough to find one, treat it well. The Golden Hawk isn't just a car, it's a feathered rocket ship from a time when Americans dreamed in chrome. And to all the lovely folks supporting this channel, especially our paid sponsors, you're the supercharger to our V8, the chrome trim on our fins, the push-button radio of our dreams. We salute you. Stay bold, stay fast, and if someone offers you a Golden Hawk, don't ask questions, just grab the keys and go.